Hello, everyone. Chris Principy, publisher of Financial IT, here with you once again at Money 2020. Truly one of the greatest shows that we get here in Europe all year long. And we're lucky to be here in a great host city, which is Amsterdam, the Netherlands. So we have nothing but innovation, fun, excitement, and great companies all around us. And I'm really pleased to be here with my guest, Sadra. Sadra, how are you?
I'm great. Yourself?
Great. Happy you could spend a little time with us at Financial IT. And what we'd like to hear is a little bit about your business.
Of course. I'm Sadra, CEO and co-founder of Ryft. Ryft is the payment platform for marketplaces and B2B digital platforms. So if you imagine the Uber Eats of the world, we would go to them and say, listen, you need to have a license, or you can work with a licensed entity like Ryft. And then we would take the money. For example, you pay €100, $100 for your dinner. We'd take that 100, we'd split it. So 10 euros would go to the driver, 20 euros would go to Uber, and then 70 euros to the restaurant itself. We came across this business from our previous business. We scaled our last business to about 1 million customers. It was acquired about 4 years ago. And we realized that this market is really lacking. There's only a few different options in the market. Some are more suitable for the top end, so much bigger businesses doing 500 mil plus, and then some are more suitable for the smaller size, so businesses doing 5 to 10 mil of volume a year. So there was this gap in the market of businesses doing 5 to 10 mil to 500 mil of volume, where you didn't have a solution that was at the right pricing, at the right flexibility. So we decided to launch Ryft about three and a half, 4 years ago now, after the previous business was acquired. So yeah, we've been growing rapidly. Where we differ between us and everyone else in the market is we're working with the big acquirers, so the legacy players, to give them access to this tech to compete with the newcomers in the market. And it's great to kind of have a conversation with yourself on the Money 2020.
Well, I'll tell you something, that's really interesting. I mean, to go from one successful company and then to start another one and see the success that you're having here, really my best wishes with you on that. But you brought out something very interesting, about this unattended to kind of middle market, which if you look at between 10 million and 500 million, that's huge.
It's a big market. It's about, I think UK and Europe is about 22,000 platforms. And it's growing about 30% year on year. That growth is coming from volume shifting from the legacy guys to these digital platforms that have 85% market penetration with SMEs. So SMEs are using them into the day-to-day workflow. The platforms want to monetize the transactions. So they would work with someone like Ryft to what we're finding on every 100 mil, they make extra 1.27 mil. So it's a whole new revenue stream for these guys that they didn't have access to before.
Right, and it's important for them because their revenue streams are limited and they might be growing, but it's hard for them to get new business, right?
It is, and it's important for twofold. One is a new revenue stream, just as you said there. Second is, if you become a fintech, usually at exit, the multiples are higher for that kind of acquisition. So what we find is the CEOs, the CFOs are really keen to have a fintech play within their business. It's not just a SaaS, for example.
Right.
So that increases the multiple at a potential exit for them.
So this is all good for them, but how is this good for you?
It's good. Me personally, it's good fun, right? It's just really fun to grow a fast growth scale up, learning quickly, growing the team. We have a really incredible team. So that's on the personal side. On the business front, we're bringing something new to the market, and we're changing our market for the better. The legacy guys, because they're slow to move, the market has to mold around them. Whereas we're going the other way around, going to the market saying, what are you trying to build? Here's Ryft, here's the solution you've been looking for, and it's fully flexible. You get access to all the data. You can go and kind of really scale your business. So giving other businesses that ability is really exciting for us.
Well, I tell you, and you're feeling like a great niche. And I like the earlier example too about Uber Eats, right? So there, what I'm hearing, and coming from a banking background, I'm hearing right away breaking up a payment into multiple distributions.
Yes.
So this can be a little bit tricky, no?
It can be. If you don't have the right licenses, if you've never been in the payments before, it gets really complex. And payments is made up of so many different layers in terms of players, payments in, payments out, KYB, KYC, compliance. There's a lot to do there if you don't have either the scale or the know-how within the business. So it's important, either if you're going to go do that, to build that in-house, or work with a partner that really gets that problem and has built for that issue in the market.
Well, I always found in my career that you build in-house what you can't get anywhere else.
Yes.
And if you can get it somewhere else, there's a lot of value to using it.
Yeah.
So this sounds like it's part of the value proposition that you're giving.
It's route to market. So if you're going to go build your own solution in-house, you have to get the right licenses. Those take 18 months. Only 5% of businesses are successful in getting those licenses. So it's very difficult, it's very stringent. So there's that issue. Then you have to build the tech. It costs 2-3 mil to build that tech out. You have to keep up with that. Then you have to have the compliance team in-house to kind of make sure that everything's as it needs to be for the regulators. So route to market, tech there, compliance sorted. You can go live within a couple of months rather than spending 2 years building this out.
And you bring up several good points about what the advantage is, and clearly being a licensed entity is one of the big advantages. That couldn't have been easy to come through.
No. Part of the reason I've aged so badly is because the licensing, yeah. So that took us a good, well over a year to get the license. You have to have everything fully tied down, especially if you're getting the FCA license, which is the gold standard, getting a European license, very difficult to get these. But for marketplaces or platforms to sit in the flow of funds, they need to have these licenses. Otherwise, they're non-compliant with the EU regulation.
Yeah, so at that point, then you have to be a bank.
Yes, yeah, exactly, yeah.
And that's another level of license.
I'm not ready for that yet.
I was going to say, if we do that one, I'm going to see age a lot more, right?
That's 3 years of license. I can't handle that right now. Maybe down the line. Yeah, not yet.
Well, right now, today, you don't need to.
Yeah, exactly. The license that we hold give the platforms that we work with the tools that they need.
So let me ask you then, when you're actually working with your clients, what are the challenges that you're seeing out there right now?
So the biggest challenge, so one is the compliance piece. So so something launched about 4 years ago called PSD2. Yeah. So it mentions that marketplace is constant in the flow of funds. So that's one. And second challenge is on the monetization piece. So a lot of these platforms, they're sending their clients to another acquirer and say, listen, they'll do your transactions, we'll charge you a SaaS fee, and then everyone's happy. The problem with that is the legacy players take weeks to onboard, so it's very painful. It creates a lot of friction, so the platform loses the merchants. Second to that is the platform is not making any money on those transactions. So they're doing all the hard work, they're bringing the merchants, they're doing the support, but the acquirer is sat there making all the fees. So we're finding that these platforms want to bring that onto their side, so that all the hard work also means that they get revenue in the processor.
Well, I mean, I certainly get that, is that they want to get that financial benefit, but there are other benefits in doing that also, in terms of controlling what you're doing and the technology and all. But with you, they don't really have to worry about a lot of these things.
No. So we take care of all the pain. They get to enjoy the rewards, and it's not just for the platform itself. So they get that kind of nice, seamless flow, but it also means more loyalty with their customers, their clients. So for example, if you're talking about Uber Eats, they get more loyalty with the restaurants that they work with, because everything's fully integrated, everything's fully embedded. You're not going off somewhere else to get onboarded. Click a couple of buttons, you can start transacting the same day. So those reduce friction and increase revenue for the platform itself.
Well, for me, that's a striking example, because you don't expect restaurateurs,
yes,
right, to be tech savvy. So for them, I mean, it must be a joy to be able to have something that they can just plug in and hit a couple of buttons.
Exactly, and that's where we're kind of really growing. It's giving the hospitality, retail, events, giving these guys, where they're working with thousands of SMEs, and these SMEs are busy in the day-to-day. They don't have time to go and let's do this full application for one of the legacy guys. They just want to get live, get processing, get their money paid out. They want visibility so they can see where their cash is. So we kind of empower the platform to give them the access to their accounts, sub accounts.
Well, I get where the service and how people can really enjoy providing. And you talked about how they have, their own busy days and they don't want to think about these things. Well, I understand that today was quite a busy day for you. So what brings you to Money 2020?
So I've been told by all our partners for the past 3 years that I need to come here. So brought the Ryft team. We're kind of speaking to potential partners, potential clients. Everyone in the fintech industry seems to be here, even people that I didn't think I would see or I would meet. So I've really enjoyed it. It's been really good fun. Got another 2 days, back-to-back meetings. So 15, 20 meetings a day. So it's amazing to have that everyone come into one place, learn from others, and then go away, build, and then come back again next year and then learn again. So I think that really helps the fintech industry as a whole.
Well, for me too, I love this event for many years, and I will certainly look forward to seeing you again next year. But when I think about talking about next year, it makes me wonder, what's the future for Ryft?
So, future for Ryft, we're scaling rapidly. So we're scaling across the globe, EU, US, Middle East. We're looking far afield as well in terms of Asia. So it's more growing internationally in terms of jurisdictions, but also growing the product offering. So we're going live in terms of omni-channel, so online payments, offline payments. There isn't many players out there who do a good job of this. So everything in one place would be a big value add to the market itself. And then after that, I think in terms of the market itself, we're going to see where AI is going to go, because every business will have AI implemented. It's going to be like the internet. If you're not on the internet, like you're not part of the kind of discussion. So it's partly that, and then we're going to see AI change the payment space once again, where it's not going to be users buying their products. It's going to be their AI agents buying their products.
Right.
So the payment processors need to be able to hand off the right information to their agents to do that shopping for them and then make that seamless as well. So it's super exciting being here, kind of riding this wave. So yeah, a lot to come. There's a lot more to come from Ryft and the team.
Well, it's interesting when you talk about Ryft's future and you bring up AI, because it's probably the most talked about thing here at this event, like many others. But let me ask you a question also. When it comes to payments and everything, where do you see crypto fitting in this space?
So crypto is a really interesting one. So we've had a couple of massive jumps and massive downfalls, like 2017, 2021. So each one of those has been very helpful for the crypto industry, because it increases the awareness of what is this thing. It's not just Bitcoin. There's a lot going on, Ethereum, all these kind of things. Now we're seeing the likes of Stripe, where they're going to plug in stable coins. They bought Bridge. So it's exciting to see where that's going to go, because it will reduce a lot of pain, especially cross-border, where people microtransactions, but where people kind of send across the countries, across different jurisdictions. So I think crypto has a massive future. It's just it's been slower to adopt than what we were expecting. So we're definitely kind of keeping that on our radar. It's not become a fundamental need just yet, and we're hoping that it soon does become that.
Well, I hope also. And it's kind of interesting, one of the things that you said, because I had never really thought about it, but when there's big drops in your market, you're right, it raises awareness. If the market just keeps going up, then a lot of people never hear about it.
Exactly.
Bad news sells, right?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Well, let's sell some good news then. We're really pleased that you were able to sell and spend some time with us here with Financial AT. We really wish the best for you here at Money 2020. It's a great event, and we want to see you succeed in the future with Ryft.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. Chris Principy, Financial AT.